Reggie Jackson signed with the New York Yankees back in 1977. He had already won 3 World Series and a Major League MVP award with the Oakland A's. But it wasn't until Game 6 of the '77 World Series that Jackson entered baseball immortality. Reggie Jackson is out with a new book about his early years with the Yankees. It's called Becoming Mr. October. Good morning to you, Mr. October.
Good morning to you, Gail.
You know what was fascinating to me, that even the phrase Mr. October, which we think is a term of endearment, was started with sarcasm about you.
I guess you could look at it that way.
That's what you said in your book, that it wasn't a term of affection in the beginning.
That's true.
That's what I mean.
Joe Garaggioli started off saying autumn child, and it kind of, clicked on a little bit further, and then Thurman made the comment in Detroit. I don't feel like talking about it to the press. Why don't you go down and talk to Mr. October? So.
But you said you wrote this book, Reggie, because you wanted to set the record straight about you, that you were embarrassed and upset with how you were portrayed.
ESPN did a mini-series, I guess you would call it, called The Bronx is Burning, and I felt I was vilified in the book and was kind of embarrassed the way it was portrayed. I really felt bad for several months about it, and I had a really good relationship with ESPN at the time, and I never really got past it. And was uncomfortable, so I had a chance to write my view of what happened, and that's what this is.
Let's go back to that night. First pitch, first pitch of each home run. What were you thinking? What were you feeling? What were you looking for?
I was looking for the ball in. At the time, they didn't have the technology that the game has today to be able to, get pitcher sequences and what they would do most of the time, if you will. I'm searching for words here. But we had great scouts. Bertie Tebbetts, who's, bless his soul, and a guy named Jerry Walker, and of course the great Gene Michael, who's still around and giving me the tendencies of pitchers. And so I had great insight. I knew what they were going to do. I knew the ball was coming inside, and that really helped me for the evening. The rest of it is history and God-given talent and things like that. And thanks. I was blessed for the evening, but I had real good scouting reports.
In the end, when you went to the Hall of Fame, you went as a Yankee.
Yes. I had a little difficulty in Oakland there. That wasn't as accepted as I would like to have been. So I was certainly accepted by George and the Yankees and that Yankee family, and really got lucky, if you will, by being not welcomed by the A's, if you will, the organization at the time. And when I went back to the Yankees to go in as a Yankee, George had his arms wide open, as he had done so many times in his career with people that had been with the Yankees, been with, not been with, Doc Gooden.
And before, there's also people. This, you and Billy Martin.
Yes.
Billy Martin. Billy Martin had been hired and fired a few times as well, but certainly it's a significant part of the book, the tumultuous relationship that he and I had. The like, the dislike, more dislike than like, if you will, my expression of it, the things I went through.
But talk about the things you went through, though, Reggie, because I thought that was very eye-opening. You talk about your locker being in a corner where you weren't surrounded by anybody, and Billy Martin taking you out of the game in the middle of an important game after telling people, watch what I'm going to do to him.
There was a lot of things that went on, Gail, Charlie, that a good friend of mine, Fran Healy, who helped me with the book significantly and spent some time with me, lived with me during a couple of the seasons, and he had said, so many things went on, Reggie, that I never even bothered to tell you. He said, because you'd have lost it. He said, here's something that I found out a few years later, that he went to the mound, and Billy went to the mound to take out Mike Torres, and he said, watch this. And the guys really didn't even know what was going on, and Mike Torres said, don't do that. And then he sent Paul Blair out to get me and take me out.
Why did you two not get along?
What I had heard was that I didn't respect him the way he wanted to be respected, or treated him the way he wanted to be treated. I didn't call him over the winter when I was traded to the team. George didn't really ask him if I was the guy that he wanted. And what happened for me to get there, Thurman Munson has said to George, they were talking about Joe Rudy, Bert Campaneris, play shortstop. And Thurman once said, go get Reggie. Go get the big guy in Oakland. He's the guy. He's the SOB that we need.
Yeah.
And
that's Thurman Munson right there.
Really.
Yeah, and then you have the whole Strawgate thing, I call it too. It's almost like so many things were working against you, and you didn't help yourself either a couple of times.
You have to
know what
explain
I
the
mean,
straw
Reggie.
thing.
Yeah,
Is the straw that...
where you said, where you were reportedly said, I'm the straw that stirs the drink. But you said you never said that.
I don't feel I ever said that, and
never
I would
said
say
it.
I did not say it. Certainly Roger Ward believes I did. He had said it so many times that he says I've lied about it.
Yes.
But I would love to reach out. I've tried to reach out to Roger and have a talk with him and say, tell me how you heard it.
But do you feel that
Feel what?
about yourself? That you're the straw that stirs the drink?
No, I would say I was the final ingredient that helped this team get over the top and become a champion.
Great to see you, Reggie.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Becoming Must October is on sale now.